Hello, I'm Bood and welcome to All or Nothing with Norwich City. Now, you've probably seen a thumbnail, and if you can recognise them players, I'm having a bit of fun with the editor. Do enjoy this little series of mine. Hopefully you are too. If you are, hit the thumbs up, get involved in the comments, all that good stuff. Keep your eyes out as well for my up and coming custom series, and why not go and check out my build series? If you haven't already, you know you want to. I will appreciate it. I love you long time. So, this video, we're going into the realms of fantasy. Right, we're going to use two top players who are in their early to mid 30s and see if they can help Norwich City. Now, the way this has happened is Delia Smith is one of the owners of Norwich City. She's a bit of a foodie, as we know. Anyway, she went to an event and she bumped into Anna, who is Robert Lewandowski's wife, and Shakira, oh baby when you talk like that, who is obviously Gerard Pique's wife. And they all got together and decided to form their own business. A German/English/Polish cuisine restaurant chain based in Norwich. So they've all moved to Norwich. So Delia managed to talk her two new friends into convincing their husbands to come and sign for Norwich. Now, are they going to make any difference? Are they going to be able to help Norwich? How much help does Norwich need? Well, we're going to have a look, because I have simulated a few seasons, but these two guys, come on. These two players, absolute legends. One's 34, one's 32, but they've won everything pretty much between them, haven't they? They are absolute class, and I think this should be fun. They're only going to spend 3 years here. What can they do in them 3 years? Anything? Nothing? Shall we find out? So we're going to look at a few screenshots, and this is just a standard save, and these are the odds on Norwich surviving in the Premier League, and the game thinks they are one of the favourites to go down. So I simulated 3 seasons, just one season, just to see how Norwich did. And in the first season, they got relegated on 31 points, along with Palace and Brentford. In the next simulation, they were rock bottom, 28 points, going down with Palace again, and this time Brighton. And then my last simulation, they finished in 19th on 30 points, this time going down with Leeds and Brentford. So you can see the game doesn't like Norwich. Don't think they're good enough. Are they good enough? Maybe not. So what are the odds once Gerard and Robert turn up? Well, there's been a definite improvement, so they should be. And they're actually in the Dream Team 11. Gerard Pique still got some skills, and obviously Robert Lewandowski is awesome. I've seen him become awesome all the way up until being 39 years old. But now Norwich are predicted to finish 14th. But can these two players not only help Norwich survive, can they attract better players? Can they kick this club on in the 3 years they're going to be there? Now, I like Gerard Pique, ex-Manchester United player, but he's a player that's had a fantastic career once he left Manchester United. Did wonders at Barcelona, and you know, he's hanging on in there. I'm pretty sure he took a pay cut, didn't he, to help with the situation at Barcelona currently. But he's still a very good player at 34 years old, and he's got that famous wife who wants to get into the foodie business. Oh, Delia Smith. Love it. So obviously he's a little bit older than Robert, but still very good and should last 3 years, hopefully. Now, I've wanted to do something with this guy for ages, and I think this is the perfect opportunity because he's fantastic, especially on this year's game. I've seen him go on and on and on and on. His natural fitness obviously helps that. I've genuinely seen him at 39 years old still pretty much look like that. So he's only going to be staying here till he's, 35, 36, and then they're both going to be going to Inter Miami. Going out to America, why not? But this legendary striker, I think he's going to be the game changer. I want someone at the back with all that experience to maybe help the defence. And then they need goals. Goals wins games. And can he score enough to keep him in the Premier League and beyond? I don't know. I've holidayed 3 years. We're going to find out. I mean, when you look at the squad, they've got some decent young players, you know. Good little full-backs. The odd player here or there. But you can kind of see why they tend to go down in every simulation, like pretty much every single one. So, yeah, and they're a bit of a yo-yo team in real life. But yeah, Gerard Pique and Robert Lewandowski. Now, if you're Polish, I was intrigued by this because when you research Robert Lewandowski's wife, Anna, she's called Anna Lewandowska. Is that like a thing they do in Poland? Is it a slight difference in their second name when you're married but it's the wife? Yeah, I don't know. But I was really intrigued to find out and thought I'd let you guys let me know in the comments. So feel free. Now, they do have former Walsall, Brentford and Aston Villa manager Dean Smith. I thought he was doing a good job, me. But, you know, fair enough. And I'm glad he's back in work at Norwich. I don't know if he's going to keep him up in real life. and they'll probably just come straight back up. Them and Fulham just switch, don't they? Take turns. The club itself got a few honours. I didn't realise they'd won 2 League Cups, 2 Carabao Cups. Never won anything top flight like the Premier League or the old First Division or an FA Cup or anything on the European stage. So yeah, Ipswich, they're arch rivals, aren't they? Ipswich haven't done bad, have they? Yeah, I knew Ipswich had done alright, obviously. The old Bobby Robson days, and I used Ipswich in one of my race videos. I can't remember if it was Race to the Premier League or Race to the Champions League, but I knew they had some decent trophies in their cabinet. So can Robert achieve anything like that? Probably not, but I'm pretty sure he's going to help. I'm excited to see how many goals he can score. Can Pique still play well at the back? But I mean, he scores a bucket ton, doesn't he, where he is right now? I mean, if we take a look, 41 goals, 34 goals, 20, I mean, tons and tons and tons of goals for both Dortmund and Bayern Munich in good teams. He's not in a good team anymore. He's going to be scrapping it. So I'm really interested to see what he can achieve. And in the 3 years, can either of them get on any legends, icons, or favoured personnel list? Because there's some players here. I mean, there is some players there, to be fair. So I've now jumped forward 3 years, and it's a month before they're off to Miami in America. And they've played 3 seasons, and it looks like Gerard Piqué has played quite a few games. The first 2 seasons, definitely. Maybe got an injury this last season, but he's put in some good average ratings there, hasn't he? 734, 725, a 719. Scored a goal. Not bad. Let's check Roberts 3 years out, and he's not done too bad in the Premier League. Obviously, his goals have dropped, but he's not got that quality around him, has he? He's scrapping it out in a tough team, but he still managed 18 goals his first season, 22 goals his second year, and 18 goals again with a great average rating. Now, they did manage to survive, and we'll have a look at the league tables in a minute, but that first season they finished 16th, then they got even better, finished 10th, and then this year they've managed to finish 8th, which I think is freaking awesome. So this is that first season's table. You can see him down there in 16th, so they didn't get relegated. It was close-ish, 5 points? But Brighton, Brentford and Palace went down. Palace go down all the time, and that's why I did a video called I think it was a cheat code with Haaland, and I put him at Palace because I did loads of simulations, and Palace always seem to go down, and I don't think that's right. I said it in that video, but I think Palace are better than that. But the game doesn't like him. Anyway, how they do in the second season? 10th, and that to me says they must have done something pretty cool. We'll check on that in a minute. Brilliant. And then this season, again, 8th. What have they been doing? So we'll have a look at the FA Cup. And in that first season, they got knocked out straight away by Leicester, 1-0. The next year, they got knocked out straight away by Leicester, 2-0. Is it going to be a full house for Leicester? No. They managed to draw with Spurs, and then they got beat on penalties. Look at Rob scoring in the third round. So never got past the third round. Go over to the Carabao Cup, and this is where I think they must have done something. The first year, they got knocked out, getting beat 3-0 by Derby. A Derby that's going to have minus 20 million points. Wayne Rooney's the manager, really struggling, so fair play to Derby County. The next season, though, is where they obviously won it. We've seen the league table, and they're doing something special. Beating Preston 1-0, Barrow 5-0, so they showed Watford team about the same level. 2-1, fair enough, away. It's this. Man City 1-1, Lewandowski scoring early, going through on penalties. Chelsea 2-2, Lewandowski getting both goals, penalties. And then the final, Max Aarons beating Spurs. Come on, Spurs. DL. Bit shit in here sometimes, aren't they, Tottenham? Winning a Carabao Cup. Lewandowski definitely helped, especially in them 2 games. That is brilliant. And then this season, they actually beat Stoke in the second, and then got beat 1-0, unfortunately, by the Scousers, getting knocked out. So of course, if you know how things work and you saw what was next to their name on that table, we knew they'd done something good, and I'm happy because not only have they won something else, it's the European Third Division, the Europa Conference League. So, you know, this is a great opportunity for a club like Norwich to do something, especially when you've got a superstar up top scoring you 2 goals in the qualifier. Next game, 2-0. He didn't score. And then they got into Group H, Lugano. Lewandowski scored. Bordeaux. Lewandowski scored. 2-2 Rapid Vienna. And 2-2 again. Lewandowski. And Bordeaux 1-0. Pedro? Lugano. Beat him, but they're probably already through. Did it look like a B team? Did a B team that? That Tellez? I'll have to see what they've been up to here. Lewandowski there. So already through, having a rest. Next up, it was the second knockout round, first leg. Copenhagen 3-0, Lewandowski 2 goals, then 2-1, Lewandowski again, then Besiktas, Lewandowski. Bloody hell, he has definitely helped, hasn't he? And his class. Did I think they win 2 trophies? Nope. Besiktas, Lewandowski both goals. Then Real Sociedad getting beat 1-0. Next up, Lewandowski both goals, the hero of the hour. On to the final against Wolfsburg. And Lewandowski scored the winner. So 1-0 Pedro. They come back into it 2-1. Cantwell gets one. And then Robert, in possibly his last game for the club, not only wins a European trophy, scores a winning goal. Love it. I'm not going through all the transfers, but this is this season. So they got into Europe. They won the Carabao Cup the year before. They've been in the Premier League a bit longer. Now, I've not done anything. I did nothing to Norwich. Nothing, right? Just giving the 2 players, that's it. But they've got the money and they've invested. They save it up. But yeah, look who they brought in. I mean, when I look down here, though, at the free, he's got Pedro on a free, and Villa on a free, Vickers, Busquets, Sergio Busquets. So they've brought in some more legends and some really good players. So fair play, they went for it and they won it. I mean, they sold a few as well. Matty Grimes to Spurs. Don't know who you are. You went to Newcastle. Newcastle are giddy on this game. Well, bad. So fair enough. That's brilliant. Way better than I thought. So they now have a Conference League trophy. It's not as good as the Europa League. If you're an Ipswich fan, fair enough. But they've got 3 Carabao Cups now as well. So you never know what's going to happen with it, especially on a short one, just a 3-season one. Can Lewandowski make a real change? But he did. And I wanted to check something because I knew he had 18 goals in 22, then 18. Well, the year he got 22 goals in the Prem, he beat Mbappe and Salah to the Golden Boot. And he's not playing for a big team. He's playing for Norwich. How good's that? I mean, Salah won it that first year and he came 3rd. And then last year, Haaland, who is at Liverpool on this save, he won it. No Lewandowski, but he still got 1. Team of the year, he didn't make it. Dominated by City that first year. The next year, he did get into the team of the year. Him and 50p feet. Up front, no Gerard Pique. And that's this year. It's dominated by Liverpool and City. And I think you can have a look at like all seasons you've played so far, and he's made that. Him and Haaland up top. Be a bit of a tasty partnership, that, wasn't it? I think that's brilliant. I think the effect he's had on him, not just getting Pique, I reckon, and then obviously getting into Europe, spending a lot of money, obviously helps him finishing 8th. But that's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Back into Europe, they'll be in the Europa League. Unfortunately, no, Lewandowski and Pique will be buggering off. Now, I wasn't sure how he'd pan out. He's 37 years old, but I still think at 37 he's a good player. He's got no pace, but he has played very well, like consistently at that age in the Premier League. There's a million defenders I could have used. I wanted to use him because of his wife, because I quite liked him. I liked his age as well. Thought I'd get a good few years out of him, but I thought maybe a season, maybe 2, and then he might the 3rd he'd probably drop off. But it shows you he's still a very, very good player. But I mean, this man, he's class in it. That fitness is amazing. And I've said this before in other videos, and some of you guys have said it in the comments, that I think it plays a bigger part this year. It seems to. If a player's got really good natural fitness, they seem to be having longer careers, but I think that's how it should be, because these modern athletes do look after themselves way, way more in all sports, really. Like Tom Brady in the NFL, players like that who really looked after their bodies, eat and drink the right things, and train well, are having longer careers. I think players can play in the mid-30s, late 30s, still at a high level. I think he will as well. So, yeah, what a player, man. Inter Miami, I've got some player coming their way. And Dean Smith lasted the distance, and I don't know if he would have normally, and those 2 guys must have helped. And, you know, he's done all right. 2 trophies for Dean. Now, I can't see Robert Lewandowski in any of those lists, but I can see Gerard Pique. Weird. So, yeah, of course, they both made the all-time best 11 for Norwich. So's Pedro. I mean, he was a good player, wasn't he? He's still deep. Look at him in here. This is what I mean. Natural fitness 20, and look how good he still is. I do like that in this year's game. I've always gone off older players, and I'm well known for that. If you're a long-time sub, you'll know that. But one thing I'm starting to realise on this year's game is that don't give up on them just because they're old, because they can still be good. Normally the physicals used to fall off a cliff, but there's a lot of players out there who are still very good in their mid-30s. And I think I've signed a 34-year-old on my Venezia save on episode 8, which hopefully come out the day after this, that I would never have signed in the past, but I have. So fair play. Tellers at left back was a good buy. Got Aarons, he's a good little player. So yeah, but honestly, I love stuff like this. It's random as anything. It's just an experiment. It's just a bit of fun. But yeah, I like it when it works out. And it's worked out, I think. I've only jumped forward 1 year because I've got loads to do today. Loads. And I'm freaking freezing. If you're wondering why I've got a hoodie on and a coat, it's because I'm getting my boiler done today. It's like -2 outside. Tons going on. So we jumped forward just 1 year. Just to have a quick look at how Norwich have done. And we know they finished in 8th. And they just finished 10th, which is pretty cool. But I noticed that straight away. The Pique deal got cancelled. I didn't know it could do that. So Gerard Pique is still here. He's not played as much. This is his drop-off year, I'm guessing. The veteran only managed 5 games in the Prem, played in the Europa League, FA Cup, a couple of games, 38 years old. So he's on a drop-off. We look at the end of their season. They got knocked out of the Europa Conference League in the first knockout stage. The tournament they won the year before, no Lewandowski, because I'm guessing in the Europa League they struggled. There's Ixas in their group. So yeah, they struggled there. Got to the semi-final though, the Carabao Cup. Got beat by Newcastle, made it to the 5th round of the FA Cup. So even without Lewandowski, they've built on that. But yeah, Gerard Pique's deal got cancelled. Maybe it's an MLS thing. I don't know. I'm never 100% sure. I just thought it was nice for them to go to Miami together. But Lewandowski's didn't. He went. He's currently in Miami, chilling out with Bex and everyone else. 36 years old, still a beast. I could imagine him leaving Miami and going somewhere massive. I could, and I can't holiday anymore. I'm done. But he's banging in them goals, nearly a goal every game for Inter Miami. And Inter Miami are currently 2nd. Probably going to go win that. Now I could go on and holiday. A, I haven't got the time. And B, it was just about Norwich. Just wanted to see what these two guys could do for Norwich. And I think what they did was brilliant. What I was surprised with though is they sacked Dean Smith. Still doing well. Did have a bad start. Still mid-table. What did he want? I don't know. But yeah, a bit gutted for him. So there we go. That is the end of All or Nothing with Norwich City. Just a bit of fun. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Enough to hit the thumbs up, comment, and maybe even subscribe and go and catch up on all my other content. Now, it does show you've done it. You're never going to get Lewandowski at Norwich, but you know, a player like that can really make a difference for any team. And you probably thought, of course he's going to, but I didn't think he'd do that much. Help him win trophies, establish him in the Premier League, going into Europe and do something special. I mean, if you could put Lewandowski there for years, I bet he'd just be banging him in for another good few seasons and help Norwich kick on even higher. Maybe Dean would have kept his job. But yeah, really good to see. I really enjoy stuff like this. It's easy for me to make and a bit of fun. So thank you. Your view is the most important thing to me. So thank you for sitting there and watching. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you go and check out, keep your eyes out for Venezia. Episode 8 should be coming out very soon. And my custom series, which is going to be awesome. I swear down. That should be out in a week or two. So thank you as always. Stay happy, stay safe, and booed. Bye bye.